Hey guys, how you doing? And welcome back to another video. So in today's video, I want to share with you guys an experience that I went through and what I learned from this experience. And so every Friday, I have a placement in a hospital. And so me and one of my brothers here who goes to this placement, our job is basically to be with the chaplain and to bring communion to the sick, or even just have spend some time with the people that feel lonely, who want someone to talk to. And so we are like that emotional support, but we also are ministers of the Eucharist, of the sacraments for those people as well. And so in one particular occasion, we went to meet this lady. Okay, this is a very old lady, and when we were speaking to her, she was talking about her life, and she opened up about her life in a way that she never really was able to open to anyone else. And she was explaining about her regrets in her life. So her husband died, and she did some bad things, and she never told her husband about it. She never even told her own children about it. And so she was living in this deep regret. And then her husband passed away, and she, for many, many years, felt this deep regret that she wasn't honest and that she wasn't the best, wife that she could have been for her husband. And what was basically happening for her was that the guilt that she went through, the guilt that she's experiencing, is what's eating her up. And so, my dear friends, I want to say something to you guys, and that is that we may have done things that we so badly regret, that we so badly wish we can just turn back time and get rid of it. Well, the truth is this: what you have done is done, and there is no use in you condemning yourself so much for the what you have done in the past. That is, first of all, not healthy for you, and it's not good for your own spirituality, for your own personal growth. What is now important is how you can move forward. And firstly, of course, when you feel like you have done something bad, you ask that forgiveness from God. And God gives you that original, cleansing of that sin. So whilst that sin is gone, what then also remains is the mind, what's in the mind. The guilt in the mind can still remain. The guilt in the mind can still, be there. And so whilst that sin of yours, the Lord has forgiven, you can still feel guilty in the mind. And so what do we do there? What we have to do is firstly forgive ourselves. We forgive ourselves by acknowledging that we were in a different place at that time, that we were thinking in a certain way at that time, and that we did things at that time that we thought was the right thing to do. One thing that, my dear friends, that we have to recognize when we try and forgive ourselves is by recognizing the place we are at, recognizing where we are at in that situation, that situation that happened. And so this lady that I was speaking to, she when speaking to her, we said to her, like, look, what you done, okay, looking back now, wasn't a good thing. But at that time, you were in a different place. You were looking for something different. And then out of that, you did what you did. And so we can make these mistakes in our lives. We can make many mistakes. But we must remember that in every mistake that you do, your mind was in a different place. But when you come out and step out and you look back, you start to realize and you start to think differently. And that is what growth is about. Growth is about acknowledging where you were and then making changes as you go forward. And so, my dear friends, when you reflect back and when you feel guilty, always remember this: that the person you were then is different to the person you are now. You have evolved as a person. And so, yes, ask the Lord for forgiveness, but also forgive yourself for what you have done, and now move forward. Think about how you can now be that better person. And ask God for that grace to be able to forgive yourself. Because with spirituality, it always starts with the self. Once you are able to forgive yourself, once you're able to understand yourself, understand where you were, you can then move forward, and you can then move forward with a stronger mindset towards your future, towards what you do. So my dear friends, that is just what I wanted to share with you guys today. Because if we don't treat that, if we don't acknowledge where we were back in that time, if we don't learn the importance of self-forgiveness, the guilt that we can experience can really eat us up, and it can really disturb our relationship with the Lord. And so that's why I want to encourage you guys that if you guys feel guilty about something, first of all, go to confession and let the Lord heal that sin, but also ask the Lord for the grace to be given to you to be able to forgive yourself, to be able to give you that understanding of you as a person, where you were then and where you are now, and to be able to then also go forward with a more stronger mind, with a more stronger heart, and with a heart that is always in tune to the will of God. Thank you so much, guys. I hope that was somewhat helpful. I hope that made sense to you. But yeah, self-forgiveness, everyone. God bless. Bye-bye.